Good morning, everyone. Calling the Southborough Board of Health meeting to order at 11:01 a.m. on Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. This is a virtual only meeting. Public comments, the first item on the agenda. There's no public, so we can move on. Reorganization of officers. Okay, so we just had our town elections last Tuesday, and after every election, we
Chelsea, congratulations.
yeah. So we reorg after every election. So it's at least once a year. Obviously, we can do it anytime throughout the year as well. But just to keep up with the cadence, we'll do that. So does anybody want to do chair next year or for this coming year? Okay, seeing none. I'm happy to do it again if you guys want me to.
I think, again, I wish I had the bandwidth, but you can designate part of your chair activity. Like my meeting with Heather once a week, that was fine. Things like that are that you want to designate, I think fine, specific tasks. So you're not doing everything. I think that's okay if that's okay with you, but I think
great. I mean, I think this year was definitely, we split the work more this year, and I think that was really helpful. So if you guys are willing to continue to do that, I think it's fine. Okay. Does anybody want to do vice chair? I think it's you, Safdar, right now.
Yeah, I'll continue vice chair.
That?
Unless you'd like to. It's really just a title more than anything else. I think you and I pretty much do the same amount of work, but
yeah. Okay. Liz, you good with that?
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so I'll move. I'll just do it all in one motion so we don't have to do it multiple times. So I'll move that Chelsea Malinowski will be the chair, Safdar Medina will be vice chair, and Liz Zulik will be secretary for fiscal year 25.
Okay, second motion, vote aye.
Vote aye.
And Chelsea's aye. Thank you. FDA Retail Standard 5. So Taylor, do you just want to give a brief update on this one?
Yeah. So that document, I believe we Heather presented last meeting, and there were some concerns about it. So Heather, Michael, Seeger, and I have been working on it together. Michael gave me a list of things that he either had concerns or wanted to see changed about yesterday. So we're going to work on updating that and get it back, a final document draft back to you for our next meeting.
Thank you. Okay, residential trash hauler regulations. So we have not made any progress on this. I just want to keep it on the agenda because I know we need to keep moving it forward. So the next steps are to meet with, to go through the regulations again, hopefully get Westboro and Boylston's. I think Boylston just voted theirs.
So I got Boylston's addendums yesterday.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And I need to reach out to Jen in Westboro to see if hers got passed and if she would be willing to give me a copy.
Okay. And then after we do that, then we want to meet with DPW and make sure we're in line.
Bill had said he had a lot of input that he wanted to contribute. So
awesome. So we're just going to keep it on, even though we haven't made any progress yet.
Yeah.
Okay, next is the Presidential Award at the Massachusetts Association of Public Health Nurses. So I know you on the board all got an email about Taylor receiving the award this year. So congratulations to Taylor. And I just want to read the letter into the record.
So nice. I was
public.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Congratulations. I should have emailed you, but now definitely in Zoom. That's awesome.
I was ready to embarrass her in this meeting. It was great.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
The goal is to embarrass her in the meeting. So it says, Dear Board of Health, the Massachusetts Association of Public Health Nurses, MAPHN, has awarded Taylor West with the Presidential Award on May 9th, 2024. Taylor was recognized for her outstanding contribution to our organization and to her commitment to public health nursing. Taylor has been involved in the Leadership Matters team for public health nursing standards and working with these minimum standards to provide Massachusetts with the foundational workforce public health services. These standards are now in the hands of the Office of Local and Regional Health at the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. the MDPH are currently working on incorporating these standards into health departments across the Commonwealth. Taylor serves on the executive board as MAPHN secretary, and she additionally serves as president of the Metro West Central chapter of our organization. Taylor loves public health nursing, supports our organization initiatives, and promotes public health nursing excellence. We are so proud of her work and the work she has done and what she continues to do. I personally couldn't think of any other nominee deserving of this award. And this is from Gail Johnson. She's the president of the Massachusetts Association of Public Health Nurses. And I invited her to come today, but unfortunately she had a conflict. So I told her I'd read the letter from her at the meeting. So congratulations, Taylor.
Thank
We're
you.
very lucky to have you. And it sounds like they know they're very lucky to have you too. So
Thanks.
that's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats. again. We're really fortunate to have you, Taylor, for Southborough and Northborough and all
Thank
that you do.
And all the surrounding towns, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
just alone, just like what Taylor did during the pandemic was amazing. I just, can't thank Taylor enough for all the work that you did.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Camp update, Taylor. Back to
Okay,
work.
so we're still waiting for the final number of camps, but it'll probably be right around 10 this year, which I would say is our average number. I just wanted to update the board to have so the Massachusetts code says for camps says that camp operators need to have their application and certain documents in 90 days before the start of their camps in the town that they're operating on. And a large portion of our camps this year did not meet that requirement. I spoke to Carrie Wagner from the state who oversees camps, and her suggestion was to send a certified letter to all of the camps who had not turned anything in yet, giving them about a week to get their applications in or not be able to host a camp in Southborough this year. I worked with the locations in town that were supporting their camps. Some of the schools were like hosting the camps there to reach out to those camps, and they have until tomorrow at noon to turn in all of their documents. We've heard from now all of them, I believe, except for maybe one who I know is planning on getting their stuff to me because I've been in communication with them. We do have a couple new camps who I was originally a little bit concerned with. Trying to think of how to phrase this. I was a little bit concerned with they had no history of hosting camps in the past and had no prep work done. And the goal is to make sure that all of our campers are safe, obviously, while they're here. Pretty much all of our camps this year are residential camps, which means that the students stay overnight for at least a week. And there's more strict regs around that. And I was concerned on the lack of safety protocols that some of the camps had, but they did turn in things to me, and I'm happy with the results. So I think for some of the camps will be warranted to go out and do an actual inspection and make sure they're implementing the regulations that they said they were doing instead of just meeting with them prior to camp. So the camp update is that it's going well, but I will update you if there's any more concerns, because then it would become a board matter.
Any questions on that? Okay, thanks, Taylor.
Thank you.
All right, digitization of septic records for online access. So, Barbara, I'm gonna have you give the update. I'm just gonna give a little bit of the background on this. So first, so if you're there, Barbara, are you?
I'm here.
Okay. So I think we talked about this last meeting that we have excess PHE funds through the boroughs. And so one of the ideas that we had was to look at digitizing our septic, and Barbara actually already has scanned all of our septic documents and continues to do so as they come in. So the bulk of the work, at least we think it is she's already done. And so we're working with oh my gosh, what's the name of the vendor?
OpenGov.
Thank you. Who we already have for building and Concom, I think. And so Barbara's going to lead this project, assuming that we can get a scope of work and get it done by June 30th to get all the septic records up to speed. So Barbara, do you just want to give an update of where you're at with that?
I emailed Samantha last week. And what I did was, because she wants to start, it looks like, with applications, that I copied the link for our website for applications and for the septic page as well, because some of the septic ones are not on the application page. And I haven't heard back from her, but there's a lot of them. So I think she's looking to start with that. And then we'll go from there, working on the septic information.
Okay. So we're hopeful that because we already have this set up with the vendor, that this is kind of just like a bolt on, and it sounds like it's just a one-time fee to do the training for Barbara so that she can set it up as needed. And when she mentioned the applications, that means like all of our like forms that people fill out would actually be online so people would just be able to do a fillable form rather than like print it out, handwrite it and then scan it back into Barbara. So the goal is that we're trying to streamline a lot of the stuff that happens, particularly with the interactions that Barbara has with the public. So I'm hopeful that we can get this done this year, and Burroughs has agreed that they would fund it. That's why we want to do it by 6:30.
If the rep doesn't email Barbara back by tomorrow, I will reach out to her just to confirm that she received the email and what the status is.
Yeah, because we're still waiting on the scope of work, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have a cost yet.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Barbara.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. So I emailed you last week the IMA for the Greater Boroughs. So this is round 2 of funding, round 2 of the IMA for the PHE grant, the Public Health Excellence Grant. So with that, the 4 towns need to have their chair of Board of Health and their chair of Select Board sign it and have both committees or boards vote it. So it's on the Southborough Select Board agenda for tonight. I did get comments last night from one member, and some of them are cleaning up some of the language in there. So I sent it back to Rich Mucci, who is the one that the boroughs hired to put this IMA together. And he made those changes. So I'm just going to walk through with you what those changes are. And then what we're going to do, and I will ask the select board to do this tonight, is because there's so many different parties that have to vote on this, and kind of all of our meetings are at different times, is that we're going to take a vote on the substance of the IMA and then leave it to the discretion of the chair, which would be myself in this case, and then the select board chair tonight, to accept any like administrative clerical changes at the final signing. So that way we don't have to go back and forth if like another town has like some minor thing that they want to change. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, Barbara, am I host here? Yeah, I am. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. And I did get another file back from Rich, but I didn't have time to look at it this morning. So I'm just going to go through and show you what the changes will be. So here, public health excellence. Can you see me highlighting?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is referenced in one of the, in Appendix B at the bottom. That is not, but it's referenced as PHE at the bottom. So we're going to define public health excellence as PHE here. And then, sorry, I'm just pulling.
Municipality being defined.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So municipality in section 3, I think, is here. So we're gonna define it above as towns or municipalities, so that way if we use them, then they're interchangeable.
And the new copy that Rich sent has it defined already, just FYI.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
And then the next one was a formatting issue in section 5C1.
Yeah, so right here, this row should actually be 5D, and then it should follow suit
And
underneath.
he changed that in the new copy as well.
Okay, great.
Where was the question called out, sorry, about the PHE?
So below, you mean?
Where did it say PHE?
Here,
Page,
16.
all right, hang on,
There were a few times, it was called out 6 times.
page 16.
16, it's in the appendix.
Okay, so that was also fixed.
Okay,
So all 3 of those things are fixed in the copy that Rich sent.
okay. And I'm just gonna stop sharing for a second. So those are not like major changes, but it's cleaning up the document. Some of the other so town council has reviewed this, just so y'all know. One of the questions was this, how long can an IMA go for? So in chapter 40, section 4A, a municipality can sign up, we can do a 25-year IMA, which is what this is suggesting. Now, this, if there's no funding and we agree not to fund it with our town budgets, then obviously it goes away. But we do have the ability to just continue this for 25 years. And we did not do that the first time. And so now we don't have to go through this whole thing in another 3 years, but we were so new last time, we didn't know how it was going to work out and what changes we wanted to make. So I think it made sense to just do the 3-year and now do it for a longer period.
Just so you know, actually, I'm reading a number 2 term. He has added that language as well, about 25 years.
Okay, got it. Okay, on section 3A, it talks about hiring in collaboration with and subject to approval by the advisory board. So this is for the employees. So if you look at section 5D, I think now it will be 13. It was 14 on the other file. It talks about that the advisory board has to unanimously approve the shared service coordinator position. And that's really, that's what Isabella was before she took the interim job. And that's really the position that the advisory board works with the most and like holds accountable for the public health excellence employees. So I think it's fine to just leave that. So that was my response to that comment about all the employees. I think if you do shared service coordinator, that should suffice. And then we talked, the question was around, does the shared service coordinator serve as a tiebreaker, give an advantage to Northborough? So the shared service coordinator has to be the Northborough employee because they're the fiscal agent and that's where it's funded from. We did discuss this on the advisory board. And given that there's 4 towns, like you either have it be a tie is a no-win, or you put the shared service coordinator, and they work for all the towns. So I'm comfortable that this makes the most sense for this scenario. Quite often we don't have 4 towns on the advisory board. Sometimes we only have 3, so you don't even run into this most of the time, but in the case that we need it, we'll use the shared service coordinator. And then there was a question around if there's overhead cost for the software, we use Food Code Pro and Housing Code Pro, that is funded by the grant. So I clarified that. So those were kind of the comments that I got back on the IMA. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to move that the Southborough Board of Health approve the IMA as presented with the changes discussed this morning, and leave it to the discretion of the chair to accept any minor modifications as the other towns are approving the IMA.
Second the motion, vote aye.
Zulek votes aye.
And Chelsea's aye. Thank you. Next is personnel board on the new job descriptions for health agent and health director. So I did go to personnel last Monday morning with Isabella and Taylor. I'd asked Isabella to come, because we're looking to share that health agent with Northborough, and I just thought it made sense to show that, we're working collaboratively on this. So the goal is that, is it June 10th, Taylor?
I'd have to look. Give me 1 minute.
I think it's June 10th. Personnel board will come back with a band for the 2 jobs. And they understood the request that they add this for 7-1 and have it contingent upon town meeting. So we asked them to use that provision in the SAP so that we don't have to wait for town meeting to start advertising and filling the positions. So they understood that. So the meeting overall went really well. We do have one change in our next agenda item. We just need to update the reporting structure. We had an error in the draft job description or the job description for the health director. But anybody have any questions about the process for personnel? Okay. So, and the one change, sorry, I'm just opening it now for the health director position.
It's at the bottom. It's the supervision portion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's going to read it right now. It reads this position reports to the Commissioner of Health and Human Services, and it should say this position reports to the Southborough Board of Health. So you guys go, we just need to revote that to send it back to personnel. Any questions? Okay, so I move that the Southborough Board of Health approve the health director job description with that one change.
I second the motion. Vote aye.
Zuluk, aye.
Chelsea's aye. Thank you. Collins Center report meeting is tonight at Public Safety at 7. We have,
Do I have to be there in person? Is that like a?
I have a hybrid option, so you can join
Okay.
via Zoom.
All right. I think I saw the Zoom link when I checked earlier today.
You didn't?
I don't think I had I didn't have it in my Southborough email. I don't think I had this one, but
Okay.
I can
So
take a look at it.
I'll
I might
send
be
it.
able to come. I just bedtime. I have a sick kid, but
Oh, okay.
I think she should. That's why I'm at home and not in the office today. She should be asleep by then, so it should be
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I should be able to join by Zoom as well. So
Okay. So I'll be there in person. Morgan is going to be there.
Yeah.
And from Collins Center, and then Boylston should be there in person, I think. And
I'll try to
I
come.
I assume Northborough will be there in person too. And so, I mean, assuming that I can run the technology, there'll be a hybrid option. We'll see. I got some training last week, so. But I just wanted to remind you of that. So you all have the draft report. So this is truly a draft. Like if we discuss things tonight and we want to update it, we certainly can. They're not going to close it out until like we say, yeah, we're good with this final report. We just want to make sure that everybody's input is in there. So so that's why we figured we'll do it all together as a group so we can hear different discussion on it.
I think I could probably try. When will it end? I just have to pick up my daughter later on in the evening, so I'll listen to my car. But if it ends within an hour, I should be able to be there like a little over an hour. Probably.
I think it just is like based on the discussion. I just don't know like how much discussion there's going to be. It could be done within an hour. I don't know. That's all we're talking about. So yeah.
I did notice one of their options was assuming that we had a public health director and a public health nurse. Like I looked at like so some of it was based on our old staffing, I think, wasn't it? At least one of their options.
Yeah, option 1 was. Yeah.
Right.
So like status quo. Like if that's what you want. And obviously like we've made some decisions ahead of the report coming out.
Right.
But I think that's okay.
Okay.
Just means we're not going with it.
Yep. Absolutely.
And we probably won't spend a lot of time talking about it because we've already moved on. And, obviously the regional approach, I don't think any town is ready to do. But at least it's there for, future years where we're like, we want to revisit it, and then at least we don't have to do the study again. Okay, upcoming meeting schedule. So we didn't book a June meeting because, well, I said I was gonna follow up with all you to find a date and I didn't, so, if you want to pull up your calendars for June, I guess we're looking at June 11th, maybe?
In 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Is there a reason we're not doing it the week after?
yeah, I don't have camp that week.
All right, just just calling you out
I mean,
here.
unless you want like chaos going on. I mean, we can. And I'll just hold my breath.
No, it's fine. I can do it. I can do it that week. I
mean,
just wanted to.
I could do the 25th. I do have
If
camp that.
we, as long as we're out of the meeting by 11:30, that's fine.
Yep.
I have
The
an
25th is
in-person
fine?
meeting at noon on the 25th.
Okay. Softer.
I'm okay either day.
The
So,
11th is I don't have an hour on the 11th unless it's 2 to 3.
okay,
Otherwise, I'm booked. So if we're
I-
looking at the 25th, I have more time. I have 12 to 1. That you just said that didn't work for you. I could do 10 to 11 on the 25th.
And I'm
10 to
free on the 11th in the afternoon if that works better for everybody too.
So-
So I can be flexible on
So
that.
there's probably one thing I'm gonna need to have voted before the 25th. So I either need a 5-minute meeting on the 11th, and then we can do,
Does 2 to 3 work for you on the 11th, Chelsea?
yeah, is
Why don't we just do that?
Why don't we do that?
that good? All right.
So rather than having two separate meetings. I
Yeah,
think Liz is
okay.
right. I think that's better, right?
That's great. Yep, those are the.
But
that's-
Barbara works at assessor, so we would have to figure
That's-
that out.
That's fine. Can we pick July too?
Yeah, you're gonna host that meeting at your house in Nantucket?
Sure.
Is that an option? Can we do that?
No.
Can we all come to Nantucket?
She's like, no. I'm like, can this be like a retreat, a Board of Health retreat? I don't know.
Oh.
My only, so second, I'm not available, but I don't think we would do the second. And then the 16th and 23rd, I can only do the morning, but the other days are all fine, all day. So
The 9th works for me. I'm away the week of the 15th and the week of the 29th.
Okay, so I need to be done by 11:15 on the 9th.
be okay.
So
Okay, so
can
should we 10 to 11?
we do 10, Taylor?
Yeah, that's fine.
And
Mhm.
while we're here, why don't we do August?
Oh, geez. So we said
Well-
10 to 11
Yeah.
on 7/9. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's just figure it out. I'm
Um,
gone most of August, so
What week aren't you?
hang on. I'm gone the first 2 full weeks of August.
So the 5th and the 12th you're gone? Or are you counting the 29th?
Yes.
The 5th.
So you want to do the 20th? I know. I don't know.
I mean, if you need to have the
No
meeting.
camp.
without
It's
me,
like
that's
camps do not
fine.
exist that
I
week.
know, I know, that's what I was thinking.
So, but
if
Chelsea,
you
you know what?
need
We
to
can
have
get
it without
together.
me,
We can
that's
get our
fine.
kids all together that way. Like
I'll
you
just,
guys go entertain yourselves while we are in this meeting.
I'll just be in Paris, so I won't be able to take a phone call then.
So let's just do the 13th, and Taylor, if anything comes up, we'll just let you know. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Is the 13th okay?
Yeah.
What time?
I'm
10:30?
pretty- I'm pretty
10:30?
open.
I'll send you pictures from the Olympics.
All right, yeah, there you go.
How you're
Are
doing?
you going to be
Yeah.
any? Oh wow! What?
That's
I've
like
just-
my goal in life.
It's
my
ours
God.
too, so we're really excited.
Paris
Wow.
and the Olympics in one foul swoop. What events? Yeah, what events did you get tickets to? You going to
Yeah.
gymnastics?
We're going to athletics. We don't know what events there's gonna be yet when we're in that. And then we're seeing weightlifting and golf.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Definitely send us pictures then. Oh
I
my
will.
God.
And then we're kind of traveling around France after that. So yeah,
Perfect.
we're really excited. We'll stop at the Matterhorn,
So
do a quick
jealous.
trip outside of France, come back, and then we'll end in Nice. So that will be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll carry on business here and
Yeah, you can have your.
okay, I think that's good. And there, as far as I know, there will be a fall town meeting. So these summer meetings will be important because we'll be prepping for what's in SAP for that. And we also have some other things we might need to take care of. So we will have to get that done. Okay. And
It's
obviously
30
things, what?
Nothing.
Oh, and obviously if things change, then we can, I missed it. If, we can always revisit the schedule. All right, next. All right, we don't have any public, so no public comment. Anybody have anything else, that they want to talk about?
No, I guess we'll add those items to the next meeting agenda. I'll
Yes.
try to research
No
them. Maybe,
problem.
Taylor, maybe you and I can talk a little bit about Zen and Delta 8 and what it things, and we can go over some stuff.
Okay.
Maybe. All right, cool. Sounds
Great.
good.
Yeah, so we'll add that to the next, agenda. Okay, so I'll see you either tonight in person or on Zoom. And with that, I will adjourn at 11:32.
32
Perfect.
minutes. Love to hear it.
Yep.
Those.
Hey, everyone.
Is there a
Second,
second?
I don't need to vote
Oh.
it.
I
Yeah.
second and vote on it. Yes.
Oh, okay. Liz is
No
aye. All right.
problem.
Chelsea's aye. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Guys,
Congrats again, Taylor.
pass it.